What the hell is going on with the gaming industry? We hear it everywhere. The last year was a disaster for the gaming industry. So many titles that were roasted by the community. Redfall, Forspoken, Diablo Immortal, and so many other hyped games that turned out to be a complete disaster. But what the hell is happening? Why are AAA games not living up to the expectations anymore? There is so much confusion in the gaming community, so many disappointments. But do not worry, this video will explain everything. But first of all, what are AAA games? In short, AAA games are video games that have been developed by major game studios with huge budgets. Publishers put a ton of money into game development and marketing for AAA games, spending millions of dollars on the production of a single game. They are so expensive that in some cases, one failed game can drive a studio to bankruptcy. Here are some examples: Red Dead Redemption 2, Dying Light 2, Fallout 76, and many other titles. But why are AAA games so bad right now? Well, we are in a time where many modern AAA games have problems. It doesn't matter how amazing the trailer is and how perfect gaming companies try to make games. Most new AAA releases are just a failure one after the other. I mean, it is fun to have amazing graphics and voice acting, but the game is just not fun anymore. Microtransactions are the worst. We can all agree that spending $60 on a video game for us to realize that we need to spend more is the worst feeling ever, especially if it's a pay-to-win multiplayer game. Why can't we just get a balanced experience without having to pay to keep up with everyone else? Let's be honest, the chances of you not meeting an attempt to make you pay for a broken weapon or armor while playing a AAA game are small, because at the end, AAA studios don't give a fuck anymore about the players. It's only about sucking as much money as possible from the consumer. This makes some games completely unenjoyable, and it's super sad that many gamers and even me have fallen not once and not twice and made an in-game transaction to keep up with the game's meta. A great example is Star Wars Battlefront 2, with EA's greedy decision to include microtransactions. They know that players will pay, they know that it's a complete waste of money, but they just don't care. I told you at the start of the video that publishers put a ton of money into game development, so you would expect to receive a complete product without any development issues, right? Wrong. So many excited gamers pre-order games with reasonable expectations to get a polished game, but their expectations are shattered every time, realizing they just bought a half-developed game. I mean, it's okay for developers to make mistakes, we are all humans after all, but the situation is far worse for it to be okay. Games are being released with countless bugs. But can we really blame the developers when they get unrealistic deadlines and horrible hours? Again, it all comes around money, and the publishers' greed to get money as fast as possible without actually caring for the product to be completed. The greatest example for this is Cyberpunk, the game that was developed 8 years, got so much hype around it, and formed a huge community, only for it to be a complete failure. With release, players were faced with countless bugs and gameplay issues. It became a joke. My opinion, just don't pre-order games. Don't rush buying anything. Be patient, it will save you a lot of money. Now, for the next subject, I'll get straight to the point. Take a look at Ubisoft. These guys have been making games for years and haven't changed their formula even a little. They are so hypnotized by the look of money in their bank that they fear losing it all if they make something unique and different. And we can't forget about the remakes. So many games that are recreated for people to buy and play again. I agree, it's fun to play an old nostalgic game like it's new, but it blocks the path for new games and ideas to explore. The feeling of nostalgia is a money milker, and that's why studios are remaking games instead of creating new ones. It's just not fun anymore. Every game is the same. I will have to give a huge thumbs up for FromSoft in this topic, making a new experience with Elden Ring and not having a fear of creating a totally new thing that got all of the hype it deserved. In the not so far future, the gaming world will just be a graveyard of AAA games. But maybe it can lead to good stuff. Who knows? Indie games will rise, making small studios get the attention they deserve, and developers will be forced to explore new ideas to profit from the game's release. I guess the only cure is time, and avoiding being a victim of another AAA disaster.